Hey guys, and today we're going to be doing alternative build. You love my organized filming area? Alright, before we get into the alternative build, we're going to first talk about the build that would actually come with this Lego set, which is 71769 for those of you who are wondering. Alright, so aesthetically, I am very pleased with it. The front has a very nice touch to it. The back. So something I've noticed with these Cole sets is usually once you start making your way to the rear end, especially when you turn this up, it feels very exposed, just not as good as it could be. Definitely not as good looking as it does in the front. When it comes to features, this has a limited amount of playable features, but we're going to start with have his little hammer in here. And then over here, of course, as many of you have seen, you can turn this and then shoot these cannons, turn it back over, give you a view from the back how it looks. Really fun mechanism. And then, of course, you have Cole's cockpit. This set, when it comes to building, was a lot of fun. There were a lot of features that were definitely a lot of fun to build. And there were a lot of things to it just that were a lot of fun. We're going to compare this, though, to our first ever Cole vehicle. When it comes to size comparison, it has a few more pieces, and it feels just more complete. This is, especially when looking at it from this side, this is feels very incomplete. When it comes to features, though, I mean, that's pretty cool, and the other set doesn't have those folding features, but it's an older set. There's a lot of things about this. They're just less secure. So overall, when it comes to it, I think this is a better choice. Alright, next up, we have minifigures. First up is, of course, Cole, our main minifigure. He has really good front aesthetics. Definitely not as good as some of the other ones. I personally like the non-symmetrical style, but that's really up to you. We're going to turn him to the side. Just no printed on the sides, very basic. And then the back is nice looking. You can't really see the back design with the sword container on it. So if we were to take that off, then you could probably see that a little bit better. So there that would be. Take that off. He's got his letter in the alphabet for him. And just a lot of cool features, and of course, just the typical new Cole design face. Next up is Kai in his dragon form. Very nice figure. The red does feel a little bit just overpowering, so if they had a little more transparent gold in there, I think that'd add a nice touch to it. The back's not that interesting, but a lot of cool features. The helmet's really cool. Not gonna say you want to look under the helmet. That's PG-13 right there, kids. Let's not dwell on that. Then we just have one of these classic crystal soldiers. This is the more symmetrical one of the two designs you can get. And overall, though, they're really cool. Transparent purple is brand new. It's really cool. Love that the leg is different on one side than the other. And the back looks pretty cool, too. If there's really only one thing I have negative to say about that, is that the head feels like it's coming out a little bit. So if they had a way to move the head just back slightly, even it out a little bit more, I think that'd really finish it off for being an amazing minion figure. And finally, we have the crystallized Asphera. And over here, we have a beautiful front design with the Overlord logo on it, very iconic. The purple fire coming out of her, and you have that purple ghostly look on the bottom. Very nice. Now, when I'm coming to critiquing this one, I want to more critique the crystallized version than the original. But if there's one thing that I've always wished they did differently is give her an actual snake bottom. What is this? Since when did she have holes there? Nope, that doesn't work. But other than that, pretty cool figure. The crystals are just a really cool design, and I think we're all going to really enjoy this season. Now, just a quick look for Cole's Tread Assault, the original Cole vehicle, in comparison, it would only come with half the figures, but Scales is a really cool figure, and Cole's EX, that's my childhood figure right there. That is my childhood summed up. So I think I'd give a very biased opinion on that, but that is just an idea of what you would be getting, and there's your backs on them. Pretty cool figures. All right, just one last look at our Cole vehicle, and I forgot to talk about two things. Number one was playability, and along with that would be durability. When it comes to playability, I already kind of touched up on some of the features. They're a lot of fun. One thing that is a problem is these wheels don't turn in opposite directions, so turning the vehicle is a little bit harder than it would be if they all turned in separate ways. And the final thing is durability. So we're going to do a quick, just, coming down. It's a very tough, it has rubber tires. That's an obvious. So if we were to drop it upside down, though, once again, super durable. We have one piece that came off. This is one of Ninjago's much more durable sets, unlike Cole's Tread Assault, the original one. This is a very durable set. Everything is interlocked beautifully, and it's just a lot of fun to play with. All right, now let's head into our alternate build. All right, now that we have deassembled Cole's Dragon Cruiser, we can now reassemble it into just the base of it so far. But we're looking at some back wings over here, our wings in the front. We have our base. Cool feature. You can push it and the wings come out and push it back in. So lots of fun. But we have a lot of pieces, as you can tell. Even Cole's not a part of it yet. So we'll have to use these all up, and then we'll be done with our alternative build. All right, see you guys. Ow. All right, guys, we're all done. But before we get into this beautiful main build, first we're going to talk about some of the accessories with the pieces that we built for the figures. Now, I'd like to mention that we didn't use any pieces other than the ones within the set, so it was a struggle. So here is, with some extra pieces, his little hammer. I don't know, maybe it's like a scorpion. And then, of course, we're still stuck with this ugly thing. Next up, Crystal Warrior. Difference? None. Literally nothing. I didn't show you that weapon earlier, but it's the exact same as comes in the box. But then, we have Sphera, and I have given her kind of like this back launcher. We have some guns. Pew, pew. Oh, that went backwards. So here's the back of that. There's a little button on it. And then when it comes to Cole, once again, exactly the same. Nothing cool. And then we have a little weapon stand, because they give you way too many weapons in these. So we have the sword in the front, and over here, we move these back. You can look at, we have the ugly fire swords. I'm sorry, I didn't want to say anything. It'd be too mean. We have the Scythe Quakes, which I personally think is an improvement. And then the Shurikens of Ice, which, once again, I think are an improvement. So we have some other weapons over here. And if you're wondering where the Nunchucks of Lightning are, they actually got utilized on the set, so I wasn't able to put them in this. Alright, and now for the main build. We're going to give you this view. You can kind of see it. You have the boosters in the back. We're going to start with the front. I like the way this turned out. Of course, I built it, so might be a little biased, but I'm going to try to be as honest as possible. So this front, it feels a little bulky, but I kind of like that feel to it. Think I should have made it a little bit longer. The side does feel a little exposed, but once again, nothing's perfect. The original set was also a little exposed. And then the back, I personally, other than this area, I really like this. I like this back. I was proud to say I made that. So we have all of this. We used Kai's wings over here. And then if we have this button right here, we can push it in and out, and it'll move the wings. So boop, boop. I'm sorry, I'm reaching really far, so it's kind of hard to get this in a good position. There you go, they go in and out. One consecutive motion. So there it is, the back like that, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like the other way. Here it is, kind of spread out, but that's what it looks like. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's not a super sturdy build. I've definitely made more sturdy ones. But like we did for the original build, we're going to do the sturdy test. We're going to start with just a small little drop. We're looking pretty good. The back came off. But the back is pretty secure nonetheless. I would have secured it better if I was given the correct pieces. I think I definitely could have found a different way, but this is what we have. And now from the higher drop. So what came off, once again, was the back, and we have the cockpit, and this started to come off. But other than that, it's mostly a pretty durable build. That did come off too, but other than that, it stays pretty much together. So I'm pretty proud of it. So go ahead and leave in the comments below, which do you like better, the original or the alternative build? Alright, one last time, just wanted to say thank you for watching. Now, when it comes to set, it's really up to you whether you want it. For $45 and only 300-something pieces, it was definitely, Lego is upping their Ninjago prices. But when it comes to enjoying building it and the aesthetics of the set itself, really good, loving the figures. And once again, as a reference, when we're comparing to the original was never quite as sturdy and aesthetically sometimes wasn't as good, but I personally think the figures can never be beat. But like, subscribe if you like this, and if not, I don't even know why you watched it. All right, bye guys.